What's up, guys? Barbarian or Bust here today with the Frenzy build. Let's do Infernal Horde Tier 7. Frenzy Barb with Steel Grasp. I wanted to make the same one that I had before with Thorns, but this Mono Frenzy Barb actually is quite nice. And it's super tanky.
I need more time. I'm not ready.
Alright, and yeah, this, because we actually use the helm, we still use the aspect of might, and we also have, well, the Harlequin Crest. You can't stand him like poison or fire, though. Every time I talk about how something tanky is, I usually die. Those ground effects, man. We use the Ancient South for this one. Last wave until we get to the council. So with this build, you do need Ancient's Oath, and that's where we get a lot of our power and our damage from. So this is basically an Ancient's Oath Battle Frenzy build. And it's pretty tanky. Except for the ground effects. Ground effects always suck. Gotta love them ground effects, man. We could actually have more health, but we don't. Those ground effects are really hurting us. Okay, bring them all in, stun them, and then frenzy away. There we go. We got him. Boom. Okay, who do we have for the council? So with the council fight, very important that you use your Steel Grasp all the time. Just gotta keep hitting it. Again, it'll be mildly long. Very doable. Keep hitting Steel Grasp, keep hitting Wrath of Berserker. Just kind of hammer one guy home and then keep going to the other one. And we have pretty much max berserking up. And as you can see, we can almost face tank absolutely everything here. Just keep up doing that Steel Grasp. And if you don't use too many of your other skills, they go down on cooldown quite frequently. Wrath of the Berserker is going to be back up again. So we have really permanent berserking right now. Okay, so we're almost one down. Definitely not as long as a tormented boss fight. This build will definitely take out the tormented bosses. Okay, let's walk around for these guys. Don't want them to blow us up. Alright, this guy's down, so we're just gonna stand here and take him out. Yeah, this build is very good for tormented bosses, and it's pretty good for the pit, but for some reason, these bosses here have a ridiculous amount of health. See, those guys almost kill me still. That's why the guy in the middle is the worst. When those dragons come out, you gotta move. Yeah, we're gonna work on this guy now. But then that guy moves around. There he is. The first guy, we got lucky. He just kind of stood there. So keep up your vulnerability all the time. Keep up your Wrath of the Berserker all the time. Try to kill this guy in between the dragons that spawn. And just keep hammering away. Again, this is the long boss fight, but as you can see, we can get it done. All we gotta do is just keep waiting. Slice this guy down for a minute. Where this guy has no dragons out, we're gonna back off there. But the Ancient's Oath will give us, well, in my case, 58% more damage. If you get a max one, it is 60, which is really nice. And so that's why you have to Steel Grasp about every 3 seconds. Or no, every 5 seconds. But the enemy is vulnerable for 3. So you want to Steel Grasp every 3 seconds, really. And that'll make sure that he always has the bonus from Ancient South on. Work on this guy in the middle for a minute. Okay, step out of the way of that. Again, the boss fight is not hard, it's just very long. Because we still don't deal enough damage, but that's okay. We can still get it done. There we go. walk around, get out of the way. Alright, while this guy's staggered, we're gonna hit him for a little bit. Until those lovely dragons come back. There they are. Now this guy's got 2 little guys. Again, I don't know why these guys literally have so much health. They have more health than like a tormented boss. This guy's almost dead here. Keeps jumping around though. So really we just go back and forth between 3 skills. And that guy really should be dead. Is he really still alive? That's crazy. There we go. So get rid of these 2. Okay, 1 guy left. See, when you got all those dragons there, that does really suck. But this guy should go kind of fast. Okay, watch out for the dragons. Almost dead. There we go. Okay, that was Frenzy. The boss fights are a little long, but we can still do the content. In the helmet, we have the Harlequin crest. In the chest, we have the aspect of might with strength, max life, shadow resistance, challenging shout cooldown, and frenzy duration. I only wanted 1 temper to frenzy duration, and if you can have more spots for challenging shout cooldown, that would also be amazing. Right now, ours is at 11 seconds. The lower it is, the better. In here, we do use the Pain Gorgers, which is absolutely amazing for this build. Then we take the Undying with max life, cold resistance, ranks of frenzy, which are important, poison resistance, and steel grasp stuns. Steel grasp stuns is also very important as we bring everything in, procs our Pain Gorgers, everything is stunned, and we can usually frenzy everything until they even hit us. And in the boots, we have the Hectic. This also helps with our cooldown, and so we have, and you do want 1 roll with Fury per second, and I need some fire resistance. Always put movement speed on your boots, and go Steel Grasp stuns. On the 2-hander, we use the Moonrising aspect, with strength, max life, damage, vulnerable damage, and there wasn't really a lot of tempers to pick for this. I chose the lucky hit, the 40% chance to deal more physical damage. And in our second weapon, we have the Edge Master. You could go with Edge Master or you could go with Intercom. Edge Master will be more consistent with that 20%. And here we have Strength, Max Life Damage, Damage while Berserking. There are no tempers for Frenzy except for Frenzy Duration, which is a utility aspect, so there isn't really much to choose for this. And for this build, we use the Shard of Rathiel, which is absolutely amazing. And because it makes us cost Fury, we are able to use the Ring of the Starless Skies. And here we have the Ancient's Oath. This weapon is pretty good, and because we use Steel Grasp all the time, our enemies take 58% increased damage for 5 seconds. And because our vulnerable only lasts for 3 seconds, you're proccing Ancient's Oath every 3 seconds, keeping that 58% damage buff always up. And the extra 2 chains is really awesome too, because then it pulls in more enemies. And in the ring, we use the Loop of Adaptability with Strength, Attack Speed, Critical Strike Chance. We don't need Resource Generation. We could go with Warcry cooldown instead, and with some Critical Strike damage. If you're missing some damage while berserking, you could also put that there as well. The Ring of Starless Skies is absolutely amazing because it will increase our Frenzy because of the Shard of Rathiel and the Battle Trance. I really like how they changed this to the increased Frenzy's maximal stacks makes us deal more damage. Because of that, I wanted to give this a try. And I gotta say, if you have this amulet, you should give this build a try. It is pretty good. And for our expertise, we use Two-Handed Axe. And for the skills, we use 7 points in Frenzy for Combat Frenzy for that damage reduction. We use 3 points in Endless Fury to keep our Fury up so that the Shard of Rathiel does not drain our Fury at all. 3 ranks to Imposing Presence, 3 ranks to Martial Vigor. We use 3 ranks to Rallying Cry for Strategic Rallying Cry. This is how we get our Fortify. We have 1 rank into Challenging Shout. We have 3 ranks into Rallying Cry into Mighty Rallying Cry. This is another way we get some Fortify. 3 ranks into Swiftness, 3 ranks into Booming Voice, 3 ranks into Guttural Yell, 3 ranks into Aggressive Resistance, 3 ranks into Pit Fighter, 3 ranks into Slaying Strike, and we take 3 points into Steel Grasp, into Fighter Steel Grasp, and the way we have Berserking is Wrath of the Berserker, War Cry, and Steel Grasp. With these 3 ways, we are Berserking 100% of the time. 1 rank into Thick Skin for 3 ranks into Counteroffensive. We have 3 ranks into Duelist. We have 3 ranks into Wallop because we are using a mace. We have a mace and a sword, which means we deal 15% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. And everything is vulnerable all the time, means Wallop always procs. Then we take 3 ranks into Wrath of the Berserker for Supreme Wrath of the Berserker. Because of the Shard of Rathiel, we are able to proc this bonus. And our key passive is Unconstrained. For the Paragon board, our first board is Ire. Our second board is Carnage, where we have Ambidextrous. Then we go to the right for Warbringer, where we take Wrath. Then we pass down to Bone Breaker, where we take Territorial. And we take some extra health nodes down here. Then we pass over to Flawless Technique, and we take Martial. After that, go to the left of the Carnage board for Weapon Master, where we take Exploit. Then we path down for Blood Rage. And once I have my mace ranked up a little more, my Blood Rage node will be up to 30%. And our last board is off the Carnage board and into Decimator, where we also take a little bit of extra life. And that is Frenzy. Frenzy is pretty cool to play. It can do the Tormented bosses. I haven't pushed this into the pit, but it did level 95 with absolute ease. It won't one-shot Tormented bosses, but it cuts them up in about 5 to 10 seconds. If you have the Battle Trance, give this a try. This will cut through Tier 6 in no time. Tier 7, the boss fight is, as you can saw, very lengthy, but it isn't an issue. We do need more damage. Overall, this is a very fun build, and I think if they were to bump up our key passives again, T7 would be no problem for this build. So I'm really hoping for some changes in Season 6. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.